For the first time in 5 decades, a spacecraft built by NASA journeys to the moon. This is Artemis 1, the uncrewed mission ushering in a new era of lunar exploration, picking up the trail left by the historic Apollo program. Artemis is more than just a single mission. It's a sprawling program. Its goal is to re-establish a human presence on the lunar surface, pushing the boundaries of technology and preparing us for future scientific studies that stretch all the way to Mars. Powering this ambitious return is the Space Launch System, or SLS. It's a super heavy-lift rocket, the most powerful NASA has built since the Saturn V. Standing taller than the Statue of Liberty, its core stage, flanked by massive solid rocket boosters, generates millions of pounds of thrust at liftoff. Perched atop the SLS is the Orion spacecraft. Think of it as the command module for the Artemis generation. For this mission, Orion carries no crew, but it's fully outfitted, designed to carry astronauts on future flights. Its critical test objective here is its ability to withstand the harsh conditions of deep space and the intense heat of Earth re-entry. Bringing the SLS and Orion together is a massive undertaking. Engineers spend years building and testing components. The immense core stage undergoes a series of rigorous green run tests on the ground, firing its engines for a full 8 minutes, simulating launch conditions before it ever reaches the launch pad. Once assembled in the vehicle assembly building, the fully stacked rocket and spacecraft make the slow, deliberate journey to Launch Complex 39B, the same pad used for Apollo missions. This isn't a one-time trip. Multiple rollouts occur for crucial tests like the wet dress rehearsal, where tanks are filled with super-cold propellant. Getting to launch proves challenging. Multiple attempts face delays. First, a sensor issue reading a faulty engine temperature scrubs a launch. Then, a liquid hydrogen leak during fueling forces another postponement. Tropical storms and hurricanes add further hurdles, pushing the launch window later into the year. Finally, on November 16, 2022, in the pre-dawn darkness, the engines ignite, and the SLS roars to life. Artemis 1 lifts off from Kennedy Space Center's LC-39B, shaking the ground as it ascends. It's a thunderous, spectacular return to the skies for human-rated deep spaceflight. After reaching Earth orbit, the upper stage fires, performing a precise translunar injection burn, sending Orion on its trajectory towards the moon. The Orion spacecraft then separates, beginning its solo coast through the void of space, officially on its way. Attached to the upper stage are 10 small CubeSat satellites. These mini-laboratories deploy into space after Orion departs. They are destined for various scientific missions and technology demonstrations, such as studying radiation or searching for lunar ice. However, not all of them manage to check in after deployment. As Orion travels, the gravitational pull of the moon begins to assert its dominance. The spacecraft enters the lunar sphere of influence, a point where the moon's gravity is stronger than Earth's. The lunar encounter is now just hours away. Orion swings around the far side of the moon, intentionally losing communication with Earth during a planned maneuver. It performs a critical burn to enter a distant retrograde orbit, a highly stable path far beyond the moon, spending 6 days circling our closest celestial neighbor. While in this distant orbit, Artemis 1 achieves a remarkable milestone. The Orion spacecraft travels farther from Earth than any human-rated spacecraft before it, setting a new record at over 268,000 miles out. A small capsule, a long way from home. After its time in distant orbit, Orion performs another precisely timed burn. This maneuver breaks it free from the moon's pull, beginning the long journey back towards Earth. The spacecraft is now on a return trajectory, gaining speed as it heads homeward. On the return leg, Orion executes a second lunar flyby. This close pass uses the moon's gravity to slingshot the spacecraft back towards Earth, ensuring it arrives at the correct angle and speed for re-entry. It's a complex celestial ballet. Approaching Earth, Orion prepares for re-entry. Instead of a direct plunge, spacecraft performs a skip entry. It dips into the upper atmosphere, uses aerodynamic lift to skip back out, then re-enters for a final descent. This technique is designed to reduce the G-forces astronauts would experience. Protected by its state-of-the-art heat shield, the Orion capsule streaks through the atmosphere. Parachutes deploy, slowing its descent before it splashes down precisely in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Baja California. The mission is complete. Inside the Orion capsule are some rather unconventional passengers. 3 instrumented mannequins, nicknamed Munikin Campos, Helga and Zohar, sit in the seats. There's also a plush Snoopy doll acting as the zero-G indicator, and Shaun the sheep, representing the European contribution. Helga and Zohar are part of a radiation experiment. Zohar wears a vest designed to shield against space radiation, while Helga does not. Sensors throughout their bodies measure radiation exposure, providing crucial data for protecting future human crews on deep space missions. Upon recovery, engineers inspect the heat shield. They discover unexpected material loss. This finding triggers a detailed, 2-year analysis. It reveals that trapped gas expanding during the unique skip entry heating profile initiated the damage. It's a key lesson learned for future flights.